And now, our feature presentation.
To infinity and beyond!
My name's Bond. James Bond.
That'll do, Piggy.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Sorry with the box, what was in the box?
Damn! Ew, get off of me! Ugh, I'm in.
A lot of people go to college for 7 years.
I know. They're called doctors.
Houston, we have a problem.
Don't let yourself get attached to anything you are not willing to walk out on in 30 seconds flat if you feel the heat around the corner. Welcome in to 52/1995, your live movie conversation podcast where we dive deep into the movies of 1995. I'm your host, Cody, and I'm thrilled to be joined this week by my amazing co-host, Joseph, to discuss the movie Heat. If you didn't catch that from what we're talking about or from the... It's a little hot, right? It is. If you are tuning in for the very first time, we're glad that you're here. Every week, 52 of them to be exact, we explore a different film from the year 1995. We'll dive into the year's important releases, discuss them in details, and then I'll chat with my guest about their thoughts and experiences with the movie. We're currently in the middle of August, and our theme of crime doesn't pay, where each of our movies are very crime heavy. This one's pretty crime heavy. And maybe it's also a double meaning that they didn't get recognized for a lot of Academy Awards, if any Academy Awards, which we will talk about on this. But before we jump into this week's movie, let's talk to Joseph and welcome him and ask him his experience with Heat. Is this your first time seeing Heat? Had you seen Heat before? If you had, what's going on with it?
Remarkably, this was my first time seeing Heat. I feel like as much as I like both Pacino and De Niro, I would have watched this at some point, but I missed it. So
yeah, I was really late to the Heat game too. Obviously, this came out 30 years ago, but I didn't watch it until probably 5, 6, 7 years ago, because one of my favorite podcasts, The Rewatchables, which is basically we're doing a rip off of that kind of. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoa.
It's not a direct rip off, but it's similar. It's very similar. It's very similar. They have done Heat. That was their very first episode. They did a second episode doing Heat again, and then they did a third episode where they actually had the director on to talk about it with him. So they were really into Heat over there on that podcast. So I was like, I got to check this movie out because I like to watch the movies that they're talking about on there. And I really fell in love with this movie. Not to go, reveal too much about it, but I love this movie. I love this movie. This movie rocks.
Yeah.
So talking about the director, Michael Mann, he is a familiar director in Hollywood, probably most notably the last few years. Ferrari was the last one that he did, I think 2 years ago. Then we've got my Black Hat, which I don't really know too much about. Chris Hemsworth, did you ever see that one?
Me
neither.
I don't think so.
He did Miami Vice. He's also very famous for doing the Miami Vice television show back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Collateral, Ali, The Insider, Last of the Mohicans, I feel like is one that a lot of people have seen. Manhunter, which is, I know you're interested in the things that I have playing on the TV behind me. That is actually what is playing on the TV behind me, Manhunter, which is the original version of Red Dragon. For all those that are trying to keep score. Great movie. Manhunter is so good.
What year was that?
1986.
86. Okay.
Yeah, so before Silence of the Lambs came out, because it deals with Hannibal Lecter and everything. Manhunter's great. Brian Cox plays Hannibal Lecter in that movie.
Ooh,
yeah.
Fun.
I do recommend it. I do recommend Manhunter a lot. And then a movie, and as I'm going through this man's entire filmography, a movie that was new to me a couple years ago that I also fell in love with, Thief.
I knew you were going to bring it
Dude,
up.
Thief is so good. Thief is great. And you can see like what he like, man, Thief is great. Because he shoots some things in there that I'm like, Chicago is kind of pretty at night. in like some random dealership. That's what it is. It's like he's shooting this random dealership. The streets are wet after it rained, and it's just like everything is kind of reflecting off the ground. It looks so pretty. And I think you get some of that in The Heat. Like there are some shots in this movie that I was like, heck yeah. So
I didn't do enough research, but was it LA, like where it was actually filmed too?
And that is the crazy thing about some of this movie is that they filmed in LA and filmed in parts of LA that you wouldn't typically film in, like some of the early all around LA, but it is very authentic LA. And they shot in downtown LA for the big scene. That I hope we'll talk about. I'm so happy that you haven't seen this movie. That makes me very, very happy. So let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's, give some of the quick facts about this movie. It is called Heat, and it did come out December 15th, 1995. Of course, it's directed by Michael Mann. It is also written by Michael Mann based on his television movie, LA Takedown, also by Michael Mann. And this cast includes, so I had to cut down a little bit of the cast is crazy.
Too many.
So I'm going to try and be quick. I left a lot because there's so much. Al Pacino as Vincent Hanna, Robert De Niro as Neil McCauley, Val Kilmer as Chris Shiherlis, John Voight as Nate. I can't wait to talk about Nate. Tom Sizemore as Michael Chirito, Diane Verona as Justine Hanna, Amy Brenneman as Edie, Ashley Judd's in here as Charlene Shiherlis, Ted Levine, who is Buffalo Bill, from playing against type. He requested to play against type in this movie because there is another role that he was offered first. But he's in here as Detective Mike Bosco. Dennis Haysbert, it's Allstate Stand, is Don Breeden. Has a little mini story going in there. William Fichtner is in this movie as Roger Van Zant. You probably know him best for his amazing line readings in the movie The Dark Knight, which is kind of reminiscent of this movie a little bit. There's a little heat in Dark Knight. Natalie Portman in here, second movie ever as Lauren Gustafson. Tom Noonan as Kelso, randomly in a wheelchair here. Mykelti Williamson, or Bubba, as Sergeant Bobby Druck. Kevin Gage as Waingro. Hank Azaria's in this movie as Alan. Danny Trejo's in this movie as Gilbert Trejo. Henry Rollins as Hugh Benny. Tone Loc is in this movie as Richard Torrena. Ricky Harris as Albert Torrena. Jeremy Piven in this movie randomly again as Dr. Bob. Xander Berkeley as Ralph for a very, very short stint in this movie. The synopsis for this movie that I pulled off of Google is master criminal Neil McCauley is trying to control the rogue actions of one of his men while also planning one last big heist before retiring. Meanwhile, Lieutenant Hanna attempts to track down McCauley as he deals with the chaos in his own life, including the infidelity of his wife and the mental health of his stepdaughter. McCauley and Hanna discover a mutual respect even as they try to thwart each other's plans. This movie had a budget of $60 million and had a box office return of $187.4 million. So did pretty good with this all-star cast. It has a Rotten Tomatoes score, pretty well liked as well, of 84%. IMDb has it at 8.3. And Letterboxd has this at 4.3. So I think like the most even that I've ever seen these scores across the board. Yeah. Roger Ebert liked this movie, gave it 3.5 out of 4. He said Michael Mann's writing and direction elevate this material. It's not just an action picture. Above all, the dialogue is complex enough to allow the characters to say what they're thinking. They are eloquent, insightful, fanciful, poetic when necessary. They're not trapped with cliches. Janet Maslin, though, who is often a person that doesn't agree with Roger Ebert at times, of the New York Times, said, as Heat progresses, its sensational looks pale beside storytelling weaknesses that expose the more soulless aspects of this cat and mouse crime tale. Whew, it is hot. There is a legacy, one little legacy of this movie. I also have it displayed right here. It is Heat 2, which is, it's hard to see. Heat 2, which is a book written by Michael Mann and Meg Gardner, which is also kind of a prequel and sequel to Heat, the movie. There's also potential that this is going to be made into a movie. There's been like rumors about what's going on with that movie, and just make it. He's old though. Michael Mann's so old. But make it because it would be fascinating.
Prequel and sequel?
Prequel and sequel, yeah.
Interesting.
So we'll see. So it was not nominated for any awards, blanked at the Oscars.
It got the MTV Movie Award nomination for Val Kilmer, right?
I'm sure it did. He's a handsome man.
Hottest male or something.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So, I mean, that's something.
It's something, but no not even below the line stuff, like technical stuff, like sound, which I know we have movies this year like Apollo 13 that is gonna, probably be up there for sound design. But some of the sound stuff on this movie is like I had to keep turning it down. Did you? Okay, good.
Oh yeah. When we got to the big scene, it went crazy. I thought my eardrums were going to burst, but
I'm telling you, so I'm not one to be like, hey, watch this with like on your phone or with headphones in or something like that. But watching this movie with headphones in is intense, and I kind of liked it a lot. Like I could see myself watching with headphones from the couch, and like that would be fun.
I don't ever turn anything down hardly. Like I blare it on the surround sound in the living room, and I turned it down. I was like, whoa, oh my
it's
God,
crazy.
And a gunfight right now.
Yeah, like it felt very real, and it was good. It was good. So let's talk about it. And let's kind of break the movie down with some of our little categories and everything. It's a 3-hour movie, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. But I do think that there are some like very obvious scenes that we could talk about in this. So what are some standout scenes to you that made this first viewing for you memorable?
Yeah. First viewing. I mean, I think that the obvious place to start is the first heist.
That's exactly what I had written down. Yeah,
you get all the pieces, all the crew showing up. You don't know exactly what's going on, but you can tell pretty quickly that it's a job is in the works or happening imminently. Because stealing ambulances and tow trucks and all this, and you're like, okay, what are we doing? Very
detailed. Like, you usually, I mean, in any other heist movie that we may talk about later or anything like that, like I don't feel like they show us as much as they do in this movie, because like we're watching a guy buy explosives from a construction dealer or whatever. Like we're watching Neil walk through this hospital and do all his stuff and get everything. We watch Wangro get picked up. We get, Trejo. We get all these guys in here. Like, and that's just before the heist even happens.
Yeah.
So
before we even know what's going down.
the level of details in this movie is crazy. And I also think it's interesting whenever we get down to it, and like ultimately the fault of one of our main characters is that he starts letting the details kind of go away. He doesn't deal as much in the details as we might want him to. So it's interesting. This movie feels like it has a lot of plot holes.
I'm sure we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I'm sure we will too. Because there's a lot of different plots going on. This definitely should have been a television show in my eye. Like,
yeah, it's it's easy to criticize when you see a movie that's like, you see like, 3 hours long, but sometimes like there's a lot going on and the 3 hours is necessary to to show you everything. I'm sure they had more that they could have.
Oh, I'm
but
confident that. So did you turn down your volume in this first scene, or were you like, oh, I'm sure it can't get quiet, or I'm sure it'll get quieter?
I was okay in the first scene. It got loud, but I was like, I was okay. I didn't have to cut anything down. It wasn't until like the big shootout that I was like, man, somebody's gonna call the cops on me for like gunshots, because it was like crazy loud.
The semi truck or the dump truck scared the shit out of me when I watched this this time, because all of a sudden you got the armored truck just pulling up. You see everybody kind of getting into their little positions, and all of a sudden the dump truck just starts right at them.
Yeah, big crunch. Yeah,
big crunch. We also get that explosive scene too, which I think is super cool, where they tip the truck over, they set the charges on the back of the armored vehicle, and then it blows up, and you see all those car windows shatter.
Yeah, that was really cool. I love the car windows going. I was wondering, like, man, what if they hit it and it doesn't tip, though? You know, like,
yeah,
that's pretty big risk, I guess.
Well, apparently it was very hard to get that armored truck to tip over in production. Like they were trying to figure out, like, how do we get this thing to tip over properly? And because it was not wanting to tip at all. I don't think armored trucks are meant to be tipped for this very reason.
I mean, I was wondering that, like, what if you just hit it and it just like bounces over? Then like all this planning, it's like
for nothing.
Yeah. But hey, it worked.
It did work. Well, yeah, kind of.
It worked. But yeah, it was cool to meet the whole crew, and like you said, the level of detail, like, it was very important to show from the beginning, like, to understand, like, Neil as the guy who's like orchestrating everything, like the level that he's operating at. He's not just some like common criminal. He's big time, and he's taking care of business in a very meticulous way. So
this is their day job. Like, this is what you and I do on a daily basis, except we're not, committing crimes
or making millions of dollars.
Yeah, we're definitely not doing that. This is one of the movies where I'm like, I could be a criminal. This sounds okay.
I mean, give me a chance. How do you get your foot in the door? Waingro. He did, right?
I mean, seriously.
There's always some random guy that gets added to the crew at the last minute.
If Waingro
things up.
I could be a better person than Waingro. Hey, call me. If you guys need somebody, call me. I will not be Waingro for you. Waingro.
Who's vetting these guys?
Seriously, though.
It's like it always happens. There's always some random guy that gets added to the crew. Nobody knows. One person vouches for or some bullshit. And it never works out.
And we see the recruitment process later. Like when Trejo calls in and says, like, hey, I'm not going to be able to make this. He's just like, oh, I know that cook. Let me go ask him if he'll be in this.
That, to your point, like with the Heat, it was like the desperation was there where he couldn't like operate at his normal like high level.
Mm-hmm.
He was just had to wing it and go for it. And I was wondering the whole time, like, what is this? Why do we keep going back to this cook? Like, what is his story? What is his purpose? And then
just kind of like a sad little side story.
Yeah, because he dies so fast.
It's just so sad. That's Allstate stand. Chat, you're exactly right. With Reservoir Dogs, there is that other element. I don't remember which individual it is, Mr. Pink or Mr. Pink is Buscemi in that movie. I think it's like Mr. Blonde or somebody like that is the cop that they bring in at the last minute. It's that same thing. Like,
oh yeah.
Who vetted this guy? Are we cool with this guy?
Yeah. Always it's just like at this point, why ever trust a last minute addition?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd say call it. You see him call it at one point, again, like the professionalism, and they're like, hey, I feel the heat on us. Like, let's go. So
they picked a bad one too. Like I'm assuming he was like a serial killer and rapist before he was working with them too, or was this just
Yeah.
like
I mean, he's a serial of both of those things. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think he just did
started after the job?
He just got so into it. He's like, I'm just gonna go crazy.
Yeah,
He was making a move, man.
he wasn't though, bro.
He was not. That poor, the
Yeah.
poor, what are the security trucks, the security guards, like just bleeding out of their ears because they can't hear anything and just staring blankly.
And the last guy that like didn't make a move at all. He didn't do anything, hands up the whole time. Still had to just execute him.
Well, I mean, once you
people-
got one dead, you have to kill all
Yeah.
of them. Like, you
Yeah.
can't leave anybody alive. But I do that. Like, Waingro goes crazy on that guy, and then you see Macaulay. Well, the other guy goes for his gun, so they have to shoot him.
Right.
And then Neil goes up to that one at the end and does the 2 in the chest, 1 in the head thing. So very like, and the cops catch that. They're like, oh, this guy was executed.
Yep. Close
Very
range.
Close range. Yeah. Burn marks on his head. Yeah. It's pretty gnarly. Fuck Wayne.
But they got the score, you know?
They did,
The
which were
bonds,
the bearer bonds or whatever
bonds, $6 million.
that they are going to sell back to the guy that they stole them from.
Which I mean is a good idea, I guess, in theory, but I think for as smart as they are, I think like maybe doing that a different way would have gone a little bit better. Like obviously
Yeah.
the guy's gonna be pissed that you stole from him, regardless of whether it's covered or not, like because that makes him look weak. So
Why, the thing I did, I wished he would get on the telephone and say, do you have any idea who you steal it from?
I mean, he pretty much did in different words.
You and your friends are dead.
Yeah, this was the rehearsal for that. So.
When I saw him in this, I was like, oh, Joseph's going to love this.
Yeah, it was great. A lot of influence there in that opening scene from The
Yeah.
Dark Knight for sure.
Very.
cool.
And this is one of Christopher Nolan's, if not Christopher Nolan's favorite movie. I found something that said that interview or something that this is one of his favorite movies, heavily influenced Dark Knight. So
I always heard he really loved Talladega Nights too.
Christopher Nolan's a real one, man. He loves movies like in the best way. It's like, man, Paul Thomas Anderson, somebody asked him what his favorite movie was one time, and it's just like some Anchorman. I think it's Anchorman. Like
Anchorman?
yeah. He said Anchorman's his
It's like,
favorite
oh
movie.
man, you're a real person, huh?
Yeah, that's so cool. I love that so much. He also loves some kids movie too. I can't, because these kids watch it all the time. It might have been like Detective Pikachu or something like that. He's like, yeah, I like that movie.
Ooh, okay. Spy Kids.
Spy Kids, hell yeah. So yeah, we see the heist go successfully ish. With 3
1.5 maybe.
yeah, 3 the security guards get killed, which is not according to plan. And but everything else goes off pretty well, like just so detailed, meticulous, getting out of the ambulance and everything, burning the ambulance right away, like pretty good. Even
Yeah.
like the timing, the cops, and I even like the strip, the
Oh yeah, the tire strip. That
tire
was
strip, man, that was sick.
yeah.
Get some
You
both.
might not get all the cops, but you're probably gonna get at least that first wave.
Yeah,
with
you're
them,
gonna.
which is gonna congest things.
Like,
so
they're
that's
so
very
smart. They
Yeah.
so smart. And then we get introduced to Vincent Hanna, Al Pacino's character.
Yeah.
And we get to see the cops in action and how this is a major crime. So that's why he's there. We've got homicide there. Like, he knows that they're dealing with some professionals. They knew, like, even like basically went through him and his little team went through the entire thing. They were like, they did this, they did this, they did this. And they're so smart that they knew that we wouldn't respond for 3 minutes. Like,
Yep.
those guys know everything. So I really liked it.
Yeah, you get the sense of like almost like admiration too, like from the beginning. Like, yeah, he knows that he's dealing with like a pretty big mastermind, and he's like impressed in a way
Yeah.
as well. So
You get that feeling that he is impressed, and like this is like where his kind of like obsession comes from. Like he loves this
yes,
stuff.
something
Yes.
worth my time.
Yeah.
Trying to get crazy.
But like his other guys are just as good too. It kind of reminds me of Tommy Lee Jones and his team in The Fugitive. Like
or
they're
U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshals, yeah, too. But like, I think it's Bosco, Ted Levine's character, when he's like, yeah, it looks like this one probably went for his gun because he has shots all over on his side here, and his gun has been on. Like, just knowing that little bit of detail is cool to me, and like that's some of the stuff I picked up on this watch. So
Yeah, and you can tell like he immediately has like a plan of like what all they can do to like figure out who these guys are. He's like delegating to every single person, like check the explosives, like all this and all that. And the response to the like very professional and detail oriented hit was equal in like the same, like, okay, you guys are good, we're good too. We've got all these avenues to explore to figure out like who you guys are.
I even like how when he's divvying that stuff out, he's like, yeah, this probably isn't going to work and it's probably going to be nothing, but check it anyway, just because.
Yeah. Exhaustive. Yeah.
So I like that. What else? Anything else from this heist that?
Well, the only other thing that bothered me that happened immediately after this whole like very professional orchestration was like the response to Waingro and how he was able to slip away from him in just like the silliest way.
It makes me so mad. Like, and I know it has to happen and everything, but it pisses me off to no end that Waingro gets away the way, because everything is so like they're sitting in the diner and Trejo gets up. He's like, I got to go to the bathroom. And then I think it's Torito gets up and like goes to the other side, like sits on the bar stool or whatever. And then Macaulay comes in, sits down next to Waingro. He's like, I had to get it on, man. He was making a move. I had to get it on. And then just slams his head against the table. Like you think this guy's getting ready to get killed. Like,
oh yeah. Take him outside, the trunk's lined with plastic, like it's a done deal basically.
There's a part in this where I really like nobody responds to Waingro getting his head smashed in except that one guy, and then like you see the guy peek out and he just got
he's like nope,
not paying attention to anything.
Not me.
But yeah, I love the detail again here, and you're right, like it's so frustrating that he gets away so easily.
Yeah. It's like how are you so like the fact that you didn't hear him moving or see anything out of the corner of his eye or anything, it's just crazy.
Like, where did he go?
Yeah. I mean, I know there's a lot of places he could have gone, but still, like, I hated that. It felt like a big, like, oversight. And maybe that was intentional to, like, some sort of, like, foreshadowing that, like, regardless of how well everything Neil plans it all out, it's ultimately going to have a big gaping hole in it. So,
and I think I think from this point on, it's like slowly doing away with the detail. Like he is still like he sticks to it a couple times, but like if Waingro gets out of there and you are wanting to kill him, like keep go, like don't stop until you find this guy. Don't go on the next mission. Don't do anything. Like this guy's bad news. And maybe we know more because of like what we see and, you know, random other scenes later with the, you know, the serial killing stuff and all that, like the sexual assault and stuff. Like we know more and we hate Waingro more because so we want Neil to kill him as quickly as possible. But it just seems like they don't care.
Yeah, it's hard to believe that, like you're saying, they would just like let it go and move on.
Yeah.
Whether like Nate comes back to him with some like intel about, I mean, I feel like there's got to be some level of like information or connection they have with the police to hear about these like killings that are happening and be like, oh, that sounds like our dude. Let's go get him. I don't know. Anyways,
it is a gaping hole, like,
but it sets up, it sets up the necessity. You got to have him later in the movie. So.
Yeah. Oh well.
Oh well.
Oh well. We move on. What's your next scene?
After that, let's see. I think I jumped all the way down to like when the cops are staking out outside of the dinner, like the whole dinner that they have where they're all together, and then the cops like are waiting and ID everybody.
Yeah, they get everybody except for Macaulay.
Yeah,
they don't know him.
Like, we don't know him. Who's the loner? That was kind of my next thing that I had. I think we do get quite a bit in between.
We get so much.
Yeah, so much happens all the time.
My next scene is after that, where they are breaking into, they're drilling or whatever into the fine metals, I think is what it is. Like
the next heist.
Yeah, the next little heist thing where they walk away from the heist.
Yeah.
And I don't like, it's not like a very long scene. I think it gives us two things here. I think it gives us like Macaulay again be like walking away, knowing when something doesn't feel right, that, we got to go, we're done. And Chris, being like, no, we can do this. Like, let's get this done. And he's like, nope, we're done. We're out. We're not going to do this. We can figure it out later. So I love that. But I also think that in this scene, we get the, like, it just focuses on Al Pacino's face, looking at the, like, it's almost like both of them are admiring each other but not knowing that either one of them is looking at the other.
Right.
Like, I really like that.
And it did almost feel like the way they had like I guess it was like an infrared camera or whatever on him in that dark corner. It almost felt like he was actually like a hunter,
yeah,
like stalking some prey in the corners of the jungle or whatever. So
I feel like Vincent, like he just like has like this joy almost, like do it, please. I want to meet you, please.
Yes, he does want to meet him.
Oh, he does.
He chases him down on the highway.
I was about to say he gets in a freaking helicopter to get him. It's so good.
That was so weird, but I love that scene.
That happens like right after this, right?
Yeah, I think that was my next scene was the
diner.
The diner where they finally meet face to face.
So this is, fun fact, the first time that these two guys are on screen together in the same movie.
Cool.
So it's huge. And I mean, just two acting legends, probably past their prime, like they're, everybody's hot in their 30s or like 20s, 30s. That's when they're the real deal. These guys are in their 50s now and like a little bit past their prime, but these are just legends sitting right across from each other. And we get this just great scene at a diner where like it almost doesn't make any sense that this happened.
Why is it happening?
Yeah. Just to let him know that he's on to him. Like, hey, I got you. We know. And the other guy's like, I don't care. You're not going to catch me.
Or maybe he's just like so fascinated by like who he is and like that admiration that we've felt the whole time. He's like, I just want to meet him. I just want to talk to him.
Yeah. And it's so good. It's so good. Not a lot happens in this except for just some like good dialogue and like good little monologues that they say, talking about the other and being like, hey, I've met you now. And like we know how this is going to go one of two ways. Basically, I'm going to kill you or you're going to kill me. So
thanks for the coffee.
yeah, thanks for the coffee. I'll see you in another life. Catch you around.
Yeah.
Nobody tips their hand though. Like I don't feel like either one of them gives any clues about like what they're doing or why they're doing it, but they know. They just know that they're on each other. It just seems okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say it was like if De Niro even knows that this guy knows who he is and all this stuff, why would he still continue with the next heist?
I think he realizes if this guy is like meeting with me privately like this, he doesn't really have anything on me.
Yeah.
Other than like nothing that'll stick, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
otherwise I'd be in cuffs right now, you know, kind of thing. So maybe it was just like almost like a posturing like move for each of them. Like, okay, you think you're so good that you're going to get me? Well, I'm so good that there's no way you can touch me.
Yeah.
Say, okay, we'll see.
I love it. It's so good. Like, I don't want to question him because we see the scene before is like Pacino could have arrested those Chris and Neil. But he says, what is that going to do? Breaking and entering, they get 6 months, they'll be out again, and they'll be back to doing what we need. We need to get them with the big stuff, you know, like.
Yeah.
So, what's your next scene?
After that, we go to the big one, the bank job.
Heck yeah. Did this feel more? Does this feel? I don't know. Does this give you the Dark Knight vibes, or does the first one give you the Dark Knight vibes?
I think the first one maybe more. So,
yeah.
I don't know why.
Like it's simple. It's quicker. There's not as much of like a war, you know, like a shootout thing.
Yeah, it's
going
like
on.
War is right. It turns into like just full on violence in the streets, all over the place. It was crazy. I wasn't expecting that. Like I knew at some point we were going to have like a big confrontation, but this was like much larger scale than I had anticipated.
I think it is crazy that their big heist, the of this bank, happens in the middle of the day, and they just walk in and walk out.
Walk in, walk out, because they did the prep work, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, some special chip to disable all the alarms.
And then they get tipped, but the police get tipped off that this bank is getting robbed, and we don't know who.
You guessed it, the little rat.
The little rat. That gross. He's so gross. He's good, but he's gross in this movie. All right, so talk me through your heist stuff. I'm like, this is the stuff that I'm like, yeah, I want to know what you think.
It was so clean until it wasn't, you know, like it looked like everything was going to be to plan, had all the details worked out, walking out the front door with the money into a car. And then just like at the very last second, it just literally 10 seconds before they're all in the car and gone. When we see Chris spot some of the police and opens fire, and from then on out, it's just chaos.
I love the details of the shooting in this too, because like the police officers have semi-automatic guns, and the robbers have very automatic weapons. So the semi-automatic is used, and I think they even say it as they're walking down. They're like, "Hey, watch out for civilians. Like, take your shot. Like, important how we take our shots here." And then, of course, the robbers are like, "We don't care. We're getting out of here, so we'll shoot everybody." Like Chris just shooting stuff, man. So this is your volume down, right?
Oh yeah, immediately too. It wasn't like it picked up to a boiling point. It was like first shots were just as loud as could be.
Yeah.
And we get our random new driver that joined the crew last minute gets killed within 2 minutes of driving away.
So sad.
Yeah. That was pretty sad, honestly, because they did like a little moment with his
wife
or partner, like seeing it on the news later, and there had already been like this exchange between them about like, I'm gonna, do better. He had this shitty parole job and like trying to get his life back and be with this lady, and
not no more.
Didn't work out.
Big rip.
The big money was too enticing. So
he got to beat up his boss before he went out. So that's
true. That's all we did.
Yeah, that's worth it. That's what we all want.
He just left stuff like burning on the grill. That was hilarious too.
So the reason for the sound, the way it is, I don't know if you have this in your research or anything, but and I knew this ahead of time. Like most of the time when people film gunshots or anything that we see, all of those sounds are brought in posting. So they dub them over, and it almost sounds worse. Like after hearing this, like the reason you had to turn down your volume is because this is so real. Like this would be like if this happened right outside your house right now. This is what the sounds. Yeah, mic'd up gunshots that you're gonna hear, and it was cool. I mean, obviously, I don't want like guns or anything like that, but this was a cool scene to hear all that. Also, how cool it is to see. Did you know how they do bullet holes on cars and stuff?
No, I don't. How's that?
So you know what a squib is? We've talked about squibs on here, where they're like blood packs that like you can hit a button and then they explode out, making it look like. So in the same way, what they do is they'll create the bullet holes and then they'll put a squib in there and then they'll paint over it, and it makes it look like a bullet hole on impact. So
so it's
that was super
same
cool.
thing. They just like hit a button and it just pops off. That's cool.
I like it. I got really nerdy when
there
was
a
like,
ton of those. Like
and that's the thing.
Probably
like
200 bullet holes in the cars or more.
And it's easy to do in like I think glass. Like anytime you have the glass, I feel like that's kind of easier to do. But like so many bullets just flying in this scene, like it really is like a war zone. And in a downtown area, especially as big as like an LA, like I don't know how they did it. We've had some good.
We don't see a lot of.
No, not at all. We've had some good action pieces this year, like on Die Hard, like that subway scene. Like I don't know how they do this stuff. It's impressive,
especially 95.
Yeah,
like, this is 30 years ago,
and it looks good. And there's only a couple scenes in this movie where I was like, oh, that didn't look very good, but it looks great.
Was one of them your like on the hill over LA with the green screen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
it's bad. Everything looks so good in this movie, and then I saw that and I was like,
yeah, that was some pretty bad green.
I wish we could go back and make it look better.
Touch it up, please.
I think
AI, if you're listening, fix it.
It's definitely like I wish that's in my like what the fucks. It's like that is. Ugh.
Especially
rough.
For like a slower scene, like where it's supposed to be like emotional and like, a little bit of romance to this crazy story. And I just like, all I could see was like,
they have such good locations in this. Why can't you just shoot it at night? Like, it makes me so mad. I'm glad
Can't win them all.
Can't win them all. Can't win them all. What's your next scene?
Oh yeah, let's see. Yeah, we're down to what, like 2 people left in the crew after.
Yeah, Chris Chris survives the shootout, but he's shot in the arm or collarbone or something like that.
Somewhere.
We see Chorito's dead. He picks up a hostage, and then Vincent.
Oh, that little girl, man. That made me so nervous.
But Vincent just pow, bam, dead in the head.
Headshot.
Loved it.
Yeah.
Chorito survives. Neil McCauley survives. And that's it. I think it's just Neil and Chris.
still lurking.
Waingro's out somewhere, being a bad person.
Yeah.
Just killing.
And then we find out that Trejo's.
Oh yeah, man.
Not gonna survive.
Gets mercy killed by McCauley.
Yeah.
Because
That was
Waingro
tough.
had his
I
girlfriend.
liked him. I wish Trejo would have had more. I feel like he was very absent.
But he's a last minute addition.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So okay, they have two guys helping like consult on this film. One of them, this is a fun fact, and I was gonna save it, but one of them is who the character Nate is based on.
Yeah, I did read some stuff about that.
The character that Nate is based on is a guy named Edward Bunker. He's like been in jail, done heists, done all this stuff, and so they bring him in. He is in. I'm glad we brought up Reservoir Dogs earlier. He's actually one of the guys in the Reservoir Dogs. He's the older guy that's in Mr. Brown, I think, or Mr. I forget which one it is, but he's the older guy. He has the mustache. If you look him up, Edward Bunker, you'll find out, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that guy, and that explains why John Voight looks the way he does in this movie. Just insane looking in this movie. But Edward Bunker and then Danny Trejo was actually the other consultant on this. Again, Danny Trejo had done time. He'd been in Folsom Prison. So he was brought on to be a consultant. But they loved the way that Danny Trejo looked so much. They loved his stories so much. And they were like, will you be in this movie? So they actually changed the name of the character and made it Trejo. Because, it was going to be somebody else. So they were like, come on in here, man. Which is super cool that Danny Trejo.
That makes more sense why, because I really I wondered how much time he was actually like on screen for being like part of the crew, you know?
Yeah. And I wonder which one filmed first, this or maybe this was his first movie.
Danny Trejo?
Yeah, I think this might have been his first movie.
Before Desperado?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I forgot he's in Desperado. Well, now
He was pretty small in Desperado too.
Yeah. Let's see. No, this wasn't his first movie, but because I see a lot of stuff here. So Desperado and Heat, I don't remember. I think he was in Desperado first. But he's been in a lot of things before this, just in really, really small roles. But
this is kind of like the 1-2 breakout punch.
Yeah, I think so. Like, hey, we've got Danny Trejo, who doesn't speak at all in Desperado.
Yeah.
So maybe this is like his first like real speaking role. And then he gets to be in From Dusk Till Dawn the next year. So he's awesome. We love Trejo. I like Danny Trejo a lot.
One of my only celebrity encounters in my life was Danny Trejo.
For real?
It was very brief. I didn't get to meet him or shake his hand or anything, but I was working at Witch Witch in downtown Charlotte, North Carolina, and we were closing. And somebody came up and knocked on the door as we were closing, and I went out there, and it's Danny Trejo, and he's like, "Hey, do you know where this sushi place is that's supposed to be around here?" And I was like, "No, man, I don't. I'm sorry." And he was like, "Okay." And he walked away.
Did you know it was him when you saw him? Like,
oh, he's unmistakable.
I mean, yeah, that's like a guy that you can't pass and be like,
no,
I don't know who you are.
Yeah, it was crazy. But nobody else who I was working with knew him. Like, they didn't know who he was, and I was like, okay, just me then.
That's awesome.
It was crazy.
I feel like you've told me that story before, but I forgot.
Oh, I definitely have.
And that is still an awesome story. And
yeah.
I'm glad that you were just. I'm glad you were just so cool in the moment. You were just like, yeah, I don't know where that is.
Yeah.
You didn't be like, hey, can I get a
That's why
photo?
you're great.
Machete.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so cool. I mean,
I did freak out like after I went back in. Like I was like proud of how like cool as a cucumber I was when I like was talking to
Man,
Jen. But as
that's
soon as I
cool.
locked the door back, I was like, oh my god, I just talked to Danny Trejo. Anyways,
I
there you go.
don't think I have
That's
any
my story.
really. I don't really have any good ones unless they're like news people. That's the only bit. Like Katie Couric. I met Katie Couric once, but that's like my claim of fame. But like still actors, the only like actor I can remember meeting and actually talking to was Skeet Ulrich from Scream.
I mean, that's cool.
He was like on a promotion tour for some like Christian bull riding movie or something. I don't know. Anyway, he was in it and like was at one of our local theaters in Little Rock, and I was like, I gotta go meet Skeet.
I gotta go meet my boy.
And
Skeet.
like people were getting stuff signed by him. I didn't care about his signature or anything. I feel bad saying that, but like I didn't care that much about it because it was for a shitty movie. But I was like, hey, nice to meet you. Scream's amazing, and I thought you were great in it. He goes, aren't you a little young or to have watched that movie? When did you watch it? And I was like, oh, it was fine. It was like 7. We're good.
Oh, don't worry. I saw way worse when I was 7.
Yeah, bro. Trust me. You ever seen Leprechaun? I saw that way too early, my dude. Yeah, he was like, we're too young to see that movie. I said, nah, man, we're good. So that's my only like
Bruce Campbell once.
Oh, I did almost meet Bruce. You almost met Bruce Campbell.
No. I didn't have the scores to get on stage. That was you, bro.
Whatever. We're just meeting celebrities everywhere. But
I mean,
yours was cooler because it was just random in Charlotte. Like he wasn't planning. Like you didn't know.
Yeah, and I went back and like, because I was like gaslighting myself after the fact and was like, well, maybe it wasn't him, even though he's so unmistakable. I was like, what are the odds? And I went and like looked, and he was like, according to the internet, he was like filming something in the Charlotte area at that time.
Wow.
So
It makes sense.
It's him.
That's cool. That's cool. That's really
That's
cool.
my one. That's my one and only to date. So
We love Danny Trejo. Danny Trejo, if you ever watch this, reach out. We'd love for you to actually meet Joe. And
and I hope you found that sushi place.
yeah,
I'm
I
sorry
hope you
couldn't
found
help.
it too. I'll reach out to him for you.
Okay, yeah.
I'll be your manager. All right. What's our next scene?
Oh, Danny Trejo's dead at this point. R.I.P. I think the next one for me is just the big finale.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of lumped the
hotel
with the LAX finale. So
yeah,
it was very annoying that he made that decision.
it's Nate's fault, man.
He had to say something.
He was like, I know you're not going to do anything about this, but if you want to know, Wayne Grows at this hotel. And
why? If you know he's not going to do it, you enabler.
Nate.
You ruined his life.
Is Nate the bad guy of this, the real bad guy of this movie? Or is it Wayne
yeah.
Grow?
Nate probably hired Wayne Grow.
It's true.
They're probably working together.
Ugh. I know you're not going to do anything about this. Of course I'm going to do something about this. So yeah, Macaulay goes to the hotel because he's going to go kill Wayne Grow. And he's so like, again, going against, because he's got the girl with him. Edie.
He's got the plan. He's got all the details in place, just like he does.
Yeah. And then he goes to the hotel, and he's even so good at the hotel. Like, goes in, does the room service trick. He's like, oh yeah, that happens all the time. Like, puts on the gear and everything, pulls the fire alarm, puts the elevator, like sets the elevator up so it won't like lock down. And
I think the only thing he could have done better was start an actual fire.
Oh, that's true. Or he did pull the car around. That was smart of him to pull it facing that way. But did he not think that it was going to be crazy to get out after pulling the fire alarm? That's the thing where I'm like, I don't know about this, man.
Yeah, I was honestly surprised when he showed back up at the same entrance that he like got out of. I feel like it seemed like the police had it pretty well locked down from all their like radio talk, and then he just like strolls out the
walks
same
out.
door, and I was like, oh, okay, that was a little easier than it should have been.
And he
Not exactly locked down.
and then we see Vincent Hannah show up after some other
At
stuff
the
happens.
exact moment he needs to, again, just
Again,
like at
He's
the,
always
the
there.
shootout. The bank round.
And then Neil has to leave Edie in the car. He's like, I can't do this. I got to get out of here. The heat's around the corner. Got to be willing to leave 30 seconds or less.
Did it take him longer than 30 seconds? Though? I
42
didn't time
seconds. It's
It was 32?
42. So
42.
it's
Okay.
12 seconds from when he walks to the car, like him getting to the car and like standing there, and then 30 seconds after he sees Vincent.
It's exactly 30 seconds?
Mhm.
Oh, man. That's amazing. Good
That's
job.
something that could be wrong. I don't know, but that's what I read on the
Oh,
internet.
we're gonna say that's true
Okay.
because that's meticulous.
It's
on
supposed to be
man's
30
part.
seconds after he sees Hannah, or he's gone.
I was thinking that it felt like it took longer than 30 seconds, and I thought that was intentional as well. Like, oh,
Well, it makes
when it
sense
came
for
down
it to be
to-
a little bit longer, and he ends up being like facing the consequences of waiting too long.
yeah.
So, but he leaves Edie behind, and then we get our little chase across LAX, which definitely wouldn't happen nowadays at all.
Wild.
That was a tense moment.
The fact that like you knew it's like this is not like a soundstage, like where this is on a runway, like that this is being filmed. There's a
Mhm.
plane literally right there, like doing its little loop or whatever.
And
the
then
fact
it's like 6 minutes of no dialogue, no
Nothing.
talking at all. It's from give me that shotgun to I told you I wasn't going back. 6 minutes of no dialogue. And it's very tense.
yeah,
And you
I
get
do have a big qualm with like how it ended because I felt like
yeah. Well, it's wrong. I'll tell you that real quick.
okay, well maybe
So-
you go first then. and then
Well,
I'll
so
say.
when planes land, those lights do not come on. It's
Oh.
it's actually the
That's very
opposite.
funny.
It's the opposite.
When they take off.
Mhm.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, my big qualm is like for someone like Neil, who is like very precise, making plans, making moves at the right time. He chose like the absolute worst time to like pop out and take a shot, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well, I think he thought maybe the light would blind the guy, and because he knew where he was. That's the only thing the only thing that gives Neil away is his shadow because of the light, because that's what Pacino sees to pull and
yeah.
blow him away.
So,
I
but, like,
agree with you. It's not perfect.
so you're saying that he thought like the light would blind him and give him the advantage?
Yeah.
But in actuality, the shadow gave him away, but he didn't think about the shadow.
Right.
Yes. So pretty big oversight.
Also, just a big assumption on Pacino's part to just pull the trigger. You know, shadow pull. Could have been anybody.
True. But I'm thinking like if I'm Neil, like, and I know where he is, why not just like keep waiting till he pops out, like maybe
Or
even,
comes to
like,
me. Yeah.
get down on the ground, like, and just as soon as I see him, just that's it. Like, I don't know.
I think obviously, you know, as viewers and everything, we know how, like, anytime that people are running away from somebody, I'm always like, why don't you just like lay on the ground? It's pitch black outside. Just lay down. Nobody's going to see you.
Lay down.
Just lay
with your
down.
gun, waiting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I always think that when I'm watching. I'm like, I would just lay down.
or how funny, like, I guess it's just the cop's intuition, but like he's like taking all of this time like around these structures. What if Neil had just like kept
Yeah.
going and was gone?
Oh yeah, that's a no. Just keep
Like,
running.
It's like how do I guess you don't see him running anywhere, so you assume, but
And I guess I think we're supposed to imply like that they have this connection.
yeah,
And that it's
He
always going to
senses
end
it.
this way. Like he felt him over there. He knew that he was there and was just staring over. Like, yeah, I think that's what we're supposed to kind of get from it. It's like,
by
oh,
like the hand clasp at the end.
yeah.
It daps him up as he's
He
dying.
daps him up. He just gives him the daps, bro. Hey,
That
that
was
was a
pretty
good one,
good.
bro. That was a good heist. Like,
Good game, man.
yeah.
You almost had me, dude.
Yeah. And then he kills him and he says, told you I wasn't going back. He said, yeah. And then we get credits.
It's that like pretty like abrupt ending that we see with a lot of like the Die Hard movie was the same, like just credits.
Credits.
Right when it's over.
I love it though. Like it ends on him holding Neil dead. And you kind of see like it's not even a sense of relief, it's a sense of sadness from Pacino's character. Like, oh, this was a guy that I kind of respected, even though he was a criminal and killed a lot of people and everything. Like it's like the cat and mouse game is the best part of it, and now that the cat and mouse game is over, it's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like, and then you get that Moby song in the background as the like which is very good use. And it just pans up a little bit. Heat done. Heat. Michael Mann.
And that's it.
And that's what we get. Cut and dry. 3 hours and we talked about it in an hour. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
All right.
And we left out so much.
We left out so much because you have to.
You have to.
You have to. All right. Who's your favorite character in this, or is there a scene stealer that you want to talk about?
Okay. I think I've got two like favorite characters. Chris was one of them. I really liked. Man, Val Kilmer did a great job. And I'm shouting out Justine as well. I really like Justine. She had some great lines. She had some very real emotion in a very difficult relationship. And I thought she did a good job.
I love that. I had Justine as one of my scene stealers too. I thought she was great. I had Charlene or Justine as one of my scene stealers. I thought Ashley Judd was really good in this.
Yeah, she was good too. I do also want to shout out Waingro. Creeped me out big time. Shout out to him. I'll say a shout out to Nate because he was just kind of like behind the scenes and like fun to have there. And then I want to shout out Dr. Bob as well.
Dr. Bob. That's a funny scene.
For his 60 seconds. It's like, oh man, come on. She gave me this shirt for Father's Day.
So funny. All right. If you had to choose who was your favorite between Vincent or Neil?
Character or actor?
Character.
Character. Okay.
It might be both the same. I'm just curious.
I think I will say I think it is both for me. I think Vincent and Pacino is mine.
I think the first time I watched this movie, I was really into De Niro, and I think De Niro is doing like I think I like Neil. I like Neil's character. I don't know why this time around. I think it was the Neil and Edie stuff. I hated it. I did not like it at all.
It was so like out of the blue, like that fantasy you see in like the chance encounter, like I don't know. I didn't love it. And I felt so bad for Edie because she seemed like just the nicest person.
Yeah, I love Amy Brenneman. I don't like her in this movie. I do not think she's I don't think she's doing anything good in this movie. I like I get the character and everything, but I just did not like. I was like, I'm cool with her not being in this.
Yeah,
I cared so much more about Justine and Charlene, and they're the more complicated characters too. So
yeah.
I don't know. The side characters are great in this.
Yeah, the side characters are great. There's a lot of fun there, and I think ultimately for me it comes down to Vincent because of the comedy.
Oh my
aspects.
God.
Like, I feel like the only comedy that's in this movie at all basically is from
It's
his
yeah.
comments.
Yeah.
So,
Speaking of, well, I mean, I'm sure we'll get to some of them in their funniest scenes, but any memorable lines that stood out to you?
yeah, I've got several. The scene where Vincent and Justine are talking as their marriage is kind of like leaking and the boat is sinking. That basically that whole like dialogue between them two was one of my favorite parts of the whole movie. But I did just write down a couple of lines from each of them there. At one point, Vincent says, "I gotta hold on to my angst. I preserve it because I need it. It keeps me sharp on the edge where I gotta be." And I think maybe right before that or right after, Justine says, "You don't live with me. You live among the remains of dead people. You sift through the detritus. You read the terrain. You search for signs of passing, for the scent of your prey, and then you hunt them down. That's the only thing you're committed to. The rest is the mess you leave as you pass through."
Yeah, it's good. That is
Like
good.
all of her lines in that whole dialogue were like so good.
Yeah.
I didn't want to write the whole thing down.
No. I had that whole thing that you just said. That you don't live with us, you live among the remains of the dead. I love that. Ugh, that's good. And that's I think that's what Ebert's talking about when he's talking about like this movie is not like your typical action movie. It's got some action pieces in it, but the dialogue is so smart and good, and it's stuff like this that I was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
it's good.
That was like the first like standout moment. I think the rest of mine are all like just like wisecracks and stuff.
I did have the Vincent and Neil exchange there where Vincent says, you know, we're sitting here, you and I, like a couple of regular fellas. You do what you do, and I do what I got to do. And now that we've been face to face, if I'm there and I got to put you away, I won't like it. But I tell you, if it's between you and some poor bastard whose wife you're going to turn into a widow, brother, you are going down.
And then he says like something similar in retort, like
he says, "There's a
hesitate." Or
he says, "There's a flip side to that coin. What if you do got me boxed in, and I got to put you down? Because no matter what, you will not get in my way. We've been face to face, yeah, but I will not hesitate, not for a second."
Ooh, yeah, love it.
Yeah,
yeah. I got a great ass. I've heard that so many times over the years, and I did not know it was from this.
Dude, him screaming things is so good. Like, because she's got a great ass. You got your head all the way up it. Completely ad-lib, by the way. Like, Hank Azaria did not know what he was going to say all that. He was like, I was legitimately scared in that moment.
How in the hell do you not crack after that comes at you? Like, kudos to you, man.
I love the second part of that line, too. He's like, ferocious, aren't I? When I think of asses, a woman's ass, something comes out of me.
Oh, he delivers it so intensely. It's crazy.
Oh, my gosh. What else you got?
Oh, let's see. I got a couple others from Vincent. One time to Justine, like when he's coming home late for dinner. Got 3 dead bodies on a sidewalk off Venice Boulevard, Justine. I'm sorry if the goddamn chicken got over. And he like picks up the chicken overcooked. I was like, damn, dude, why you gotta do it like that?
Man, he says some pretty effed up stuff there too. Like he's like, I walk in and the guy's microwaved this baby or something.
Yeah.
Like, jeez. I mean, that's what she married. She knew he was in major crimes.
She knew like 2 divorces already. So.
Yeah, like this is what is going on.
Yeah.
There's that classic line that happens in a lot of who? What are you, a fucking owl?
One of my favorite jokes of all time.
Yeah.
And will always be. Oh, when he's talking to Richard, like the informant guy at one point in the club,
Oh, yes.
Richard says, "I'm a good citizen," and Vincent says, "I'm Donald Duck."
I'm Donald Duck. I have another serious one. When he's talking to Van Zant, the William Fichtner character, he's on the phone with him. He says, "What am I doing? I'm talking to an empty telephone." And Van Zant's like, "I don't understand." He's like, "Because there is a dead man on the other end of this fucking line." Whew. I'm talking to an empty
He lets
telephone.
that go. Wait, yeah,
Yeah.
he get way too distracted.
Too
Should've
distracted.
focused
It's
on
Edie,
Waingro
man.
and Vance. Yeah,
Edie, she got in the way, man. What else?
I think the only other thing I've got is Michael, which we don't get a lot out of Michael in this movie. But when they're deciding if they want to do the bank job,
Great line.
he's like, "For me, the action is the juice."
That's a great line. Such a good line.
Yeah.
I've got a couple more. I had that one down as well. I think this is the informant guy. Before he goes to the club and meets his brother or whatever, or his cousin, he says, "Where's your empathy, brother? It's a substance abuse problem." And Vincent responds with, "Empathy was yesterday. Today you're wasting my motherfucking time."
Yeah, that's a good one.
When Chris is talking about what's her name? Charlene? Yes, Charlene.
Charlene,
He says, "For me, the sun rises and sets with her, man." So like, he loves her,
even though he's a fuck up. Yeah.
even though he's a fuck up. What else do I have? "You never wanted to live a regular type life?" And Neil responds, "What the fuck is that? Barbecue and ball games?" It's like, yeah.
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 Sounds nice.
I think that's it. I think that's well. I got the great ass and everything in the couple other things here in the funniest. So yeah, let's talk about our biggest laugh.
Your
Cry,
Pacino is
scare.
pretty good, by the way.
She's got a great ass.
Cast 2025 recast.
Cody Waits.
Waitsy.
Uh-oh. Oh man.
let's see. I think, man, the laughs. I think that was most of the quotes. I just put that whole like thing with him and Alfred, like the guy, like that whole scene.
That
was
informant, yeah.
so funny. He was just ripping that guy.
Yeah, I think that whole scene, Alan scene with the Hank Azaria's character, the great ass scene, that's good. What else? Oh, when he takes the TV.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. And also like
Ralph's
just sit out of the car at the bus stop.
I love the Ralph guy. He's just sitting there. He's like, "No, don't get up.
Sit down.
Sit down. Enjoy yourself. Like, you're gonna cheat with my wife. You relax, but I'm gonna take my TV." He doesn't get to watch my shitty TV. It's 1995, and that is not a great TV to be like so worried about.
But it makes for great smashing when he kicks it out.
It does. I thought he was going to give it to those people, but no, he just kicks it out of the car. And then you mentioned Dr. Bob earlier. That's a pretty funny moment.
Yeah, that's very funny.
And
Random moment.
Anything cry, scare, or thrill you wanted to talk about?
I didn't cry, but the Lauren out of left field, the
suicide attempt.
Yeah, the suicide attempt just that just came out of nowhere. You get some hints that she's like very like troubled and angsty.
Yeah,
but like for him to come home and she's just in the bathtub, I was like, oh my God. I had to pause the movie for a second because I was like, okay, I wasn't ready for this turn.
It is kind of out of nowhere. A lot of people don't like that part of this and everything. I like it. I don't think Natalie Portman's bad by any means. She's barely in it. But I like it for the character of Vincent because he cares about his stepdaughter. And you see that earlier in the movie. Like he's actually like asks about her. And she also said, I think Justine says something about she chose you. Like that's why she did it in your, room, basically, is your hotel room was because she knew that you would care.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, he wants to be a good dad. Like he has that part of him.
But it also, like, I feel like the parallels between Neil and Vincent at that point are like the two kind of like most important things to them, apart from, you know, the predator prey dynamic that they have going on, are like happening at the same time. Like,
yeah,
Neil's got his chance to get away with Edie scot-free. Vincent's got like his stepdaughter in surgery, and they both like still choose to like
choose each other. Yeah,
towards each other. Yeah, in like the chaos. So I think it served a good purpose, but I was not ready for that at all.
Yeah, it's a hard scene.
It was tough. So,
man, him just carrying, oh god, into the hospital. It's crazy. That's a
sweet little Natalie Portman, you know.
She just can't, you know, get a win in 1994, 95.
Two films, and they've both been tough rides.
Tough for her, yeah. All right, let's talk about our ridiculous moments. I think we already talked about them, but
yeah, one we didn't mention though. We already talked about Waingro disappearing,
getting away. Yeah, it makes me.
I kind of felt like Neil at the end, like his timing for when he popped out was pretty what the fuck, and like almost suicidal. But the other one that didn't make any sense to me was how Chris got away from the cops.
Oh yeah,
he goes to the house
and she says
he like signals him away, and then they block him off. Apparently they don't know, like they're not doing like facial, like they didn't look at him.
I just
They're
think
just like, oh, he's got an ID that has a different name, and the car's registered under a different name. He's good.
He's good. Yeah, it checked out, man.
But they know what he looks like, right?
I don't think the beat cop or whatever knew what he looked like that pulled him over. I don't even know if they really
know. They don't know what he looks like.
Yeah,
they got this whole sting operation.
His ponytail though.
I didn't consider that.
He was just looking for a place to get bread, man.
Yeah.
He wasn't there to get his wife. He was there he just asked those guys that were playing basketball where he could get some bread. And they said, yeah,
right. You're right. I missed him.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I agree with you. No, I agree with you. Like,
I couldn't believe that's how he got away. Like,
yeah.
Just like, here's a fake ID. Here's a registration in a different name. I'm clean.
Cops don't care. Like, if you think about that, like if you're driving something, like if you were driving your sister's car around.
Well, yeah, but I'm not. They don't have a whole fucking sting operation set up to catch me.
Well,
like they would know what he looks like. I feel like they would have at least pulled him out of the car to look at him. No,
I don't know. LA, I mean, cops don't really do as much as you think they do. Is what
I guess not. You know, good on him. Chris gets away.
Chris gets away. Right. We do get somebody that gets away from this situation. Thanks, Charlene.
Yeah.
Anything else? Other what the fuck? That's a good one. I'm not shitting on you for that. Best music moment for me was the ending song, the Moby song at the end.
I did go back. I think I agree with you there. There wasn't really much else.
It really wasn't.
I did go back and listen to like the title song or whatever, Heat. That's only like a couple of minutes of it in the opening. But if like you listen to the whole thing, it's very good. Like very moving.
Who does the score? Why didn't I look that up? Elliot Goldenthal, I think is who it is. Yeah.
It was like a quartet.
Kronos Quartet. Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Where did we've seen them do something recently.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm just because I was researching this. Chat, do it.
Quartet.
What are we clipping? I won't hesitate. I missed those last two those last two comments. I don't even remember where they were from.
Oh, you're getting clipped for the great ass at the
She's got
Pacino.
a great ass.
that's when Clip It came through. I know that. So.
Clip it. All right. Let's play F, Marry, Kill.
Ooh.
You ready for this?
Oh,
Fuck,
no.
Marry, Kill. Fuck, Marry, Kill. All right. Edie, Justine, and Charlene.
Ooh, okay. Obvious, but I didn't think about it. I think Justine is my Mary. I think,
This one's tough.
yeah. I don't know who I want to kill. None of them are like, I hate you. Dang. So I guess if it's between Edie and Charlene, I guess I'm killing Edie,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, she's a perfectly lovely girl.
She's like the most innocent one of them all.
Yeah,
You just
I'm
killed the
sorry
most
about it.
innocent.
She don't belong in the crime
She didn't
world, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
get
got
that.
somebody pulling up, so we'll probably get a dog.
A dog bark. That's all right. Yeah, man. I did, like I said, I did not like Amy Brenneman's performance of Edie, but I might like want to marry Edie and kill Justine. Fuck Charlene.
Okay. So our fucks lined up at least.
Yeah.
Flip flops.
I mean, she's a high-end escort, so that's what she used to be.
yeah.
I have backstory.
Edie's
I don't know.
stable, you know, like, and she's
Edie is stable, yeah.
she's a good person.
She just works at a bookstore. That's all she wants
Yeah.
to do.
She's very nosy though.
She is very. Why do you want to know? Man, I almost put that down. Why do you want to know what I'm reading? If I were Edie and some guy talked to me like that immediately after just asking him a question, I'd be like, okay, bye.
Yeah, bye.
She should have walked away so many times. This man
hung
does
around.
not. Yeah, she hung
For
around.
intrigue, you know.
No, that's stupid.
No, it's
Stupid. She should have left, man. It's dumb. Who do you think gave the best performance?
I think we've already briefly said, but Pacino. I think Pacino. For
That's
me.
who I said too, man. I agree. I think Al Pacino
think
is
this-
great in this.
I think this is my favorite Pacino like era, like
Yeah.
at this age. He's done a lot of really good stuff, but I think my Pacino at this age is my favorite.
This is the Pacino we know more than anything. Like
Yeah.
I didn't watch Godfather or any of those movies until way later in life. So like this and Carlito's Way, I think we watched a couple 93 or something. He's great in Carlito. I love him in Carlito's Way. Glengarry Glen Ross during this time as well. I know him from Dick Tracy. Did you ever watch Dick Tracy?
Like, I mean, I know what Dick Tracy is, but
He's
What did he do?
hilarious. He's hilarious. He's the main bad guy in Dick Tracy.
okay.
And he's hilarious. That movie is bonkers. Everybody should watch that movie. It's bonkers.
What year was that?
90.
Okay, interesting.
Yes, please watch that movie. It's crazy. It is so crazy. Where are we at now? Where am I at?
Where are we at?
All right, 95 recast or a 2025 recast? We're both.
Oh man, don't be mad at me, but I don't have any recasts for you.
Oh, that's okay. I was saying, okay,
I was trying to think of like a dynamic duo that would hit in 2025, like on the screen together.
Mhm.
You know, like I feel like a lot of this moment in this movie was like Pacino, De Niro for the very first time, and I was trying to think of like something similar in this day and age, but I couldn't come up with anything.
So I'll start with my 95 and then I can get onto the 2025 and talk about kind of the Heat 2 plan is what they were
Ooh.
talking about.
Okay.
James Caan, somewhere in here. Could he have been in here?
Of course.
I mean, I think they might have wanted, like he might have been Nate, a good Nate.
Yeah.
I think he could have been a good Pacino too. Or I mean, he could have been a good Neil. I don't know. He's good at all of them.
Yeah, I think I would have liked him more as Neil. But
Andy Garcia during this time. You know Andy
Okay.
Garcia? Yeah, maybe. These three actors were up for the role of Chris, and I wanted to mention them. Keanu Reeves, Johnny Depp, and Brad Pitt.
Okay.
Any of those stand out to you that you think you could have done a good Chris? Out of the ones, I think Pitt might be the only one for me.
Yeah. I mean, I could kind of see like a Point Break Keanu,
Yeah.
sort of, but I don't love any of those, I don't think.
Like, I don't know. Keanu just seems, like Point Break is the only thing that...
Val might be like, I don't know. He might be harder to recast than Pacino or De Niro in my mind.
So it was always planned this way. It was always planned De Niro, Pacino, and Val Kilmer. Val Kilmer's agent told him not to take this job, and he said, no, I want to work with Michael Mann. And so I'll do it. But his stipulation was that he had to be on the poster between the two leads. That was the only thing to get Kilmer in this movie. John Voight did not want to do this movie, but Michael Mann reached out to him personally and said, hey, I want to work with you. I've always wanted to work with you. Please be in my movie. So
Cool.
He did that. All right. 2025. So Heat 2, there's talk of it coming out or being the names that have been mentioned for Heat 2 are Austin Butler playing Chris.
I can see that. Yeah.
Let's see. Adam Driver was in talks to play a young Neil McCauley because Heat 2 goes in the past and then it goes in the future. So McCauley's not in the future part of it because he dies. And then they also talked about Al Pacino coming back and playing, himself.
Older.
Yeah. But both Adam Driver and Austin Butler have said that they haven't commented on being on the movie yet or anything.
Okay.
So,
who would we get for a younger Pacino?
let's see. I'm trying to see. Jeremy Allen White has been up for it. Is a potential for that.
Okay.
Channing Tatum was also reported for some role in the film as well. Who knows? So far, there's nothing in there. They submitted the first screenplay this past March. They were trying to get it done with Warner Brothers. They did not want to. Warner Brothers wanted to lower the budget from 200 to 170 million. Apple Studios is also looking to be a co-financier for that. And then also Leonardo DiCaprio is in discussions for a role in this movie as well. So
Leo, okay.
Leo, maybe step in as I don't even know where Leo would be.
Yeah.
I haven't read the book. It's back there. I haven't read it though. I got this far into it and stopped.
Does it start with past or future?
It starts with past Chris stuff.
Okay. Past Chris.
And then I think it'll go with it takes place between 88 and 2000. So not too far off from where we're at. Some other names that I want to mention that might be good in a remake or not a remake or maybe a remake of this. Adam Driver, you could put him in there. Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a good Neil.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Some of these other guys might be good for the crew members. John Bernthal. Always good. Sterling K. Brown might be really good in this.
Ooh.
Boyd Holbrook, who I always cast in things. You got to look him up if you don't know who he is. He's always a bad guy, but he just looks cool. Taylor Kitsch. Pablo Schreiber as Waingro, I think is the only way you can get, or Ben Foster as Waingro.
Oh, Ben Foster. I like Ben Foster though. I don't want him. To
I know you don't want to see him be a bad dude. Even
I don't want to be him
but
see him serial killing.
But I think about his character specifically in 3:10 to Yuma, and that gives me Wayne Grove vibes.
Okay. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah. So, I love Ben. I know you love Ben. I love Ben Foster. Have I ever made you watch Ben Foster teen comedy called Get Over It?
I don't think so.
You should watch Get Over It. It is very much like early 2000, might be 2001 teen comedy starring Kirsten Dunst. Martin Short's in it. It's got like a musical part of it too. Colin Hanks is in it. Cisco's in it. It's insane. I love this movie. Get Over It. If you can find it, watch it. All right. Fun facts about this film as we close out things. Are there any things that you learned that you want to share?
I think we've briefly talked about most of what I had with De Niro and Pacino, it being like their first time meeting in the diner. They did not do like any rehearsing of that scene at all too, so it was like added to like the unfamiliarity when that was shot. We talked about the microphones during the gunfight, which was crazy, and we talked about no sound stages. Kevin Gage, who played Wayne Grove, did actually end up in prison for 2 years, and everyone called him Wayne Grove. That's pretty awful. But you kind of mentioned this with Val, but I saw something that he also said one of the main reasons he did this film was so that he could call De Niro and Pacino Al and Bob for the rest of his life.
Very cool. That's so funny.
Which was funny. The only other thing I wrote down, which I thought was cool and I didn't notice, there's a little bit of foreshadowing at the beginning of the movie with the hockey mask that they're wearing.
Oh, yeah.
Chris is the only one that wears a black mask, and he's the only survivor of the crew.
I read that earlier. I thought that was pretty cool. I never would have picked up on that.
Didn't pick it up at all. So
crazy. This movie has a body count of 21.
Really? That's low.
Low, yeah.
Dang.
But if you think about it, it's like everybody in the crew, the 3 guys at the beginning, and then there's like 10 other people randomly that get Wayne Grove. I mean,
in the big yeah. I mean, I guess
there's got to be some innocent bystanders.
There's so much chaos. You would think that it's like such a larger number, but interesting.
I wonder if that counts some of the people we see off screen, like Anna Trejo's girlfriend, because she gets killed.
Oh yeah, she definitely got killed.
So yeah, let's see. This was filmed without a single soundstage, which I thought was interesting, even though they have that weird green screen thing.
Yeah.
Stupid. So in an early draft of the script, Vincent Hanna had a cocaine habit, which according to Al Pacino explains all of his outbursts that he has.
Okay.
Which I still think are great. I love it so much.
He just stayed coked up regardless of script changes. Love it.
The other fun fact that I always hear about this movie, besides the them actually using the real sound from them shooting all those guns, is that whenever Val Kilmer is in that scene in the LA, like the downtown scene or whatever, when he runs out of bullets and rapidly changes his magazine, that is regularly shown to Marine recruits as an example of how to perform that action properly. So he is doing like an actual, like, hey guys, in battle, this is how I want you to change your magazines out based on Val Kilmer.
Dang.
I also read somewhere that he was like Val Kilmer's family's like super familiar with guns. So he was like the best one anyway. So
makes sense.
He knew all his way around the guns and everything.
Out here like training Marines casually.
Yeah. Michael Mann made the movie as a tribute to a detective friend of his in Chicago who obsessively tracked and killed a thief named Neil McCauley. So Pretty cool.
Crazy.
All right. Now we come to the end here. Like a Fine Wine and Dish. If you could pair this movie with another movie for a double feature, what would you choose?
I'm not going to say Thief because you will.
I have Thief. Yeah, you can't have Thief. Have you seen
And
Thief?
that's your baby.
Have you
What?
seen it?
Oh, yeah. Remember we
Okay.
had this conversation where
Oh
I didn't
my
like
God.
it as much as you.
Oh God, it's so
We don't have to bring
good.
it up now, though.
It's so good. He's
We
wrong.
can move on. Maybe I'll watch it again.
Do
Who are
it.
you?
I'll watch Heat again.
I've got a couple. I said The Town.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a
I think The Town is like Heat light.
similar heisty girl comes into the mix and ruins things. Very calculated. A lot of same vibes. I said Insomnia for a wild Pacino detective. And then I said Miller's Crossing. I thought for like a
Ooh.
long kind of epic.
You know I love that.
Yeah.
Man, I would sit down for that double feature any day. I had The Town down. I also had Reservoir Dogs in here because of the Edward Bunker thing and the heisting thing of this. But then I also had Den of Thieves and Triple Frontier.
Okay.
If, both heist movies with gangs
Den
of
of Thieves.
people. I think Triple Frontier probably is closer to this. Another Ben Affleck movie. Oscar Isaac's in that movie too. Den of Thieves, though, is very similar with like the cat and mouse thing, I think. And I think they just made a sequel to that
Yeah,
as well.
it just came out maybe this year.
Yeah,
maybe last
so
year.
those two are my other ones.
Good ones.
All right, on a scale of 1 to 5, how likely are you to rewatch this movie?
I said a 3.5. I think mainly just length is kind of why I put it down lower. It's perfectly fine for a good rewatch. What about you?
I've said a 5. I love this
5.
movie. I love this movie.
Yeah.
And like, it's one of those things where if you talk to me 6 months from now, I'm like, yeah, Heat's a good movie. But like after I watch Heat, and this has happened, I think 3 times now that I've seen it in the last like few years. After like when I watch it, I'm like, holy shit, that was so good. I want to rewatch it immediately, like right now. So that's where I'm at. And that's why I'm at with my overall star rating too. What's your overall star rating? 1 to 5.
I gave it a 4 overall though.
I was going to give it a 4.5. I had originally given it a 4. I gave it a 5.
You bumped it to a 5?
I did.
5 stars.
5 stars, baby. I love this movie so much.
Dang.
But here's my caveat. I know it's not perfect.
Well,
Like I think it is beautifully shot, except for one scene and I think the Edie storyline is pretty weak somewhat. I think there are other storylines that I'm like, what is going on here? Like it gets a little confusing. like with the Natalie Portman of it all, is as good as that stuff is, it's like very just crammed in here. You get the cook guy, the guy that's out on parole. You get his little storyline. Wayne Grow, like you get a taste of the Wayne Grow like serial killer storyline. Like it's just thrown in there. I think really just to make us hate him even more. So it doesn't always work, but there's something about this like mix, this stew of a movie that I'm like, yes, I love it. I would definitely just watch the heists all over again. I would watch those.
Yeah. Give me. I don't want Heat 2 the movie. I want a TV spinoff.
TV. Yeah, I think this would be a great like.
We can really get in there and develop it more.
Yes, put this on HBO, Netflix, whatever it is, like Hulu. I don't care. Like I think it would be great. But yeah, that's it. And I want to see this in theaters. I should have done it. Like if it comes anywhere close to me. IMAX.
It'll probably come back around, right?
Surely. The 30th anniversary is in December, so maybe they'll re-release it. I would go rewatch this and just to hear the sound.
Golly. Whew, I can't imagine that IMAX theater.
Oh man. That now that I'm thinking about it, now I kind of don't want to watch it because that's kind of one of my big fears about theaters.
Just like, whew.
Yeah, it's rough. All right. Well, yeah. Well, Joseph, thank you so much for watching this. I was really looking forward to this one, and you came through for me.
You came
Before
through.
before we wrap up, have you watched anything recently that you would recommend to people?
I've got a few. I think it's been a while since I was on here. If you are a fan of Naked Gun, the newest one was very funny.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear
I
that.
highly recommend. I've seen a couple of the like bigger horror-esque movies that have come out in the past month or so. Would recommend Together with Alison Brie and Dave Franco. Was very good. Also Weapons.
Ooh,
was
yeah.
very good.
Better than Barbarian?
I'm gonna say no,
Okay.
but it's up there. It's very good, and it's got some very exciting moments. We'll put it that way.
I love that.
One of my favorite movies I've seen recently, kind of under the radar, was called Sorry Baby. It was about a young lady who went through like a sexual assault and kind of like bouncing back from that and learning how to like live her life again. I think the person who directed it was also like the girl
That it's about, like, she wrote it about her own life.
I don't think it was like, I'm not sure if it was a true story, but she played like the lead as well as like
It says she wrote it and directed it too. Yeah.
yeah, wrote and directed. So
Crazy.
I don't know if it's based on a true story. It's very trigger warning. It's done in a non like graphic way. I'll say that, but it is very emotional. It hit very hard. And then I've got two more that I've seen. One of them was a Netflix movie called "It's What's Inside," about this like group of kids that
It's on my list.
play this game where they're like end up like swapping bodies essentially. Very crazy, very well written, I thought. And then one other one that I had missed in theaters last year called Freaky Tales.
I just watched it.
Oh, did you? Did you like
Yeah.
it? Man,
Yeah.
I thought it was very good.
I think there are some stories that were stronger than the others, but no, I had a good time watching it. It was actually one of the ones I was going to recommend. So
It was very surprised. Like I remembered seeing it and wanting to see it in theaters, and then when I saw it on HBO, I was like, or was it HBO? I don't know. Whatever.
yeah, HBO.
Glad I watched it, and it was a good time. Good collection of stories. So
Yeah, I think out of those, like, there's what, 4 stories I think in there.
yeah, essentially.
I think I liked. I don't know which one I liked better, the Pedro Pascal one or the end one, the Sleepy Floyd. That one.
The Sleepy Floyd one was hella fun. Like, and I love just like the sort of like thread of like supernatural, like kind of in the background of all the stories too, with like the green.
My thing was I kept waiting on things it's bad stuff to happen. Like in that very first one, I kept waiting for the bad guys to win, you know?
Yeah.
And it took me out of it. But no, it was fun. It was a fun movie.
Yeah.
I love movies like that, anthology kind of movies. Like Trick or Treat is one of my favorite Halloween movies. So very similar to that, but just cool and fun and
freaky. What about you? What you been watching?
So Freaky Tales. Freaky Tales is on there. And then Alyssa and I forced her to watch Best in Show this week.
Ah.
Yeah. If anybody out there she loved it. Yeah, she loved it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, she liked it. It was on her. I made a list from her way back when of like, hey, you have to watch these movies to marry me. So
to put it bluntly,
if she wanted to marry me, you got to go through this list. So she has to have that list complete by the time we get married.
Okay, where are we at? What's the status check?
she's not doing too good. I'll tell you that. I know.
But she said it was very fun. So
She did say it was very
noted.
noted.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep adding movies to her list too.
Wow. Treachery.
Treachery, indeed. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, obviously, I've got some more things coming up that I've had to watch recently in a very quick amount of time. So, but I've been doing really good on my movie watching as well. So I'm doing a Disney list. I'm still doing that and going
Where
through
you at
those.
with Disney's?
The next movie I have to watch is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Okay.
So classic.
I've never seen that one. So
Yeah, it's been a long time. I remember watching it when I was really, really young, but I love pirates and ships and all that stuff. So we're good there. If you do want to know more about movies that we're watching or things that we're interested in, Joseph does a really good job of this, posting in the Discord whenever there's a trailer or something that he finds interesting. And you can do that too by joining our Discord server. You're also welcome to follow us on Instagram, 52/, or check out the account on Letterboxd. That's just CD Waits. You can check it out there. We're finishing out our theme of Crime Doesn't Pay next week with a banger. So Sunday, August 30th, we will be doing The Usual Suspects.
ooh.
Yeah, another good one. So we've doubled up on De Niro, we've doubled up on Brad Pitt, we're doubling up on Spacey. Yeah. Not touching that one. So we're gonna finish out with Usual Suspects. We also have an extra credit one coming this Wednesday. So we're going to do that this Wednesday, 6 p.m., August 27th for all those. It's our extra credit theme of 75 and up, where our 4 films are all better than 75% on Rotten Tomatoes. Those movies include Smoke, which I think you can watch on YouTube, Exotica, which you might be able to watch on YouTube as well. Secret of Ronin-ish is streaming on
YouTube. No.
Amazon Prime. And To Die For is definitely one you can find on YouTube. So check those out. A couple of those are like legit from YouTube. I think To Die For, you actually it's a ripped version, but watch it on there if you can, or pay for them too. Why not? But that pod will be Wednesday, August 27th at 6 p.m. Other than that, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, Joseph, for doing this with me, and we'll see you next time on 52/1995.
What a year, what a time. Big screens, dreams, and movie rewind. From talking toys to heists gone wrong, we're watching it live and singing along. 52/1995. Grab some snacks, we're going live. Action, drama, comedy gold. We're reliving the stories told.
One movie a week, all year long. Let's roll the tape.